All right, it's January 12th, podcast 16 of The Power of Pessimism. We're hitting the road and we're pumping thunder, baby. Look out down below. Hey, I'm not drowning, I'm just waving. This is the most dangerous podcast on the air.
That was very well written.
Oh, thank you.
I wouldn't even do that in rehearsal.
Because we are, man. We're hitting the show and we're pumping thunder, baby. Look out down below.
Thunder.
Yes.
Is that what the kids are calling it now?
All right. Yep, just made that up. Not really. I got to give David Lee Roth credit for that. That was him.
That was a song.
That was Diamond Dave.
I'm sorry.
Oh, there'll be lots of Diamond Dave quotes during the show. He has hundreds of them.
I don't know any of those.
Who do we have with us tonight on the Power of Pessimism podcast? Pessimism podcast.
Father Guido, what's my name?
You keep changing it.
No, the
Captain Asshole.
Captain.
Bum bum bum. Captain Asshole.
The guy, the Saint Passim. Saint Passim.
Father Guido.
Oh yes, and ladies and gentlemen, for the Power of Pessimism, it's gonna get worse before it gets better out there. Just go ahead. You're gonna need the power of pessimism to get y'all through.
It already got worse.
Come to us. We'll comfort you in many strange ways.
You think you got it bad?
All right, and we've got Wes.
Yes.
Yes, it's Wes, the producer.
Yes, Wes.
The best.
And in from England for a third time,
Adam V, baby.
Adam V. And Dr. Johnny Lawrence.
By the Cobra Kai ass.
Cobra Kai, strike hard, strike first.
I watched the first two.
Season 3.
I watched the first two shows and we kind of lost interest.
What?
I know.
How can you lose interest?
It was
offensive.
Did I not
to
do a
me.
good job in there?
It was so interesting in concept, but just kind of lacked substance.
Are we talking about things our two listeners don't know? What are we talking about?
Cobra Kai.
Cobra
Fucking
Kai.
awesome.
Great show.
Great show.
Cobra Kai.
Great show. All right, man. Well, Democratic America, you wanted Trump out so bad, you elected a dementia-ridden, diaper-wearing, nursing home hero, sleepy,
platform.
creepy Grandpa Joe Biden. We
didn't
look
realize
like
we were-
a bunch of idiots to the
Wow.
rest of the world. I read
Wow.
from the Czechoslovakian prime minister, he was like, how could America, I know they wanted Trump out, but how could they put a dementia-ridden old man in charge? That's how bad things have gotten in America.
That's what everybody thought in 2016, man. You're 4 years too
You're
late.
jumping.
No, you're right. They thought that about
pendulum
Joe
swung
Biden in
all the
2016
way the other way.
too. Yeah, they thought that about Joe Biden in 2016. You walked right into that one.
I did.
You thought they said that about Trump? No, he's young.
yeah.
He's younger than he looks always.
The Power of Pessimism, the warning shots, the whole magazine.
Yeah. Guns a-blazing. We'll talk a little bit about some politics, some sports, some music, some you might be an alcoholic if.
Why
if you show up here.
Yep.
Yeah.
why you should never remove a condom from the wrapper before using it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I've only
we'll
done
talk
that
about
twice.
Oh, yeah, and a message from our sponsor
Oh yeah.
with the Power of Pessimism, reusable condoms.
Ziploc. Reusable condom.
Yep. I swear by them.
I would absolutely invest in stock.
Yep.
She's upset, but you're fine.
Well, okay.
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Fuck it, I'm happy.
let's get right into this, man. We had a big week last week, January 6th. We thought it was just going to be a normal kind of weird day.
We thought it was going to be okay.
And then it turned into a siege on what was it? The house?
Capitol?
The Capitol.
Yeah.
Siege on the Capitol.
What happened with that? So, hey, you're not following the signal.
Our fans, we have some
signals here.
fans in the room. That's
Turn the
all right.
mics down
That's what
over in
happens
that
when you have a
part of
bunch
the
of
store.
fans in the room. It's
We need
great.
like an on-air red
Oh,
light.
I know. I
of
wanted
some
to buy
sort.
one, but we're really not.
Well, what
on the air.
happened? So
that's
Trump hired these people, definitely from Wisconsin, right? Because
Oh.
they couldn't be more white. And then he pays them.
Misinformation alert.
And
Misinformation
then
alert.
he puts them inside this group of people that have come to do his listen to his speech, right?
Yeah,
And he says, "Go to the Capitol and take over the Capitol." I heard him say it.
He said, "Go take over the
Oh
Capitol."
yeah, he did it, no doubt. And he said, while you're doing it, burn the place down
Take no prisoners.
and go sit at Pelosi's desk and take pictures.
No, dude, you're thinking about Portland and
still what
Minneapolis.
He said, oh, that's
You're
right.
thinking about Minneapolis that had $500 million of property damage done downtown.
How much?
$500 million worth of property damage.
That is an interesting. Who paid for that?
You can't do that kind of
Is that
property damage
Minneapolis or
to the
Portland?
Both.
Capitol because
Both.
you will get capped.
How many people died during the Capitol raid?
2.
One was armed and tried to get into the Capitol, and you just can't do that.
How many people?
We're hearing
total?
5. We're hearing 5.
5.
Was it 5?
I heard 5. But wait, how many people died during the Portland taking over the city, getting rid of the police thing?
No. They didn't die because of the riots in Portland. They died because of COVID in
They
Portland.
died because they got in
One.
front of a bullet from a cop.
And it was
One
COVID.
related.
It was
One
COVID related. All COVID related deaths.
So what's worse, 5 dead people or 1 dead people and 1 taken over city?
All of it's bad.
If you
dude.
had to- if you
all
had
of
to-
it,
All bad.
all of it's
Yeah,
bad.
can I choose none of the above?
Yeah, none of
Yes.
the above.
Yes, the answer is correct. And it's like I told my liberal buddy the other night when we were yelling at each other about this. I just said it's really easy, Philo Beto. They should have shot them all. Every person who walked in the Capitol should be dead.
Father
Do not
Guido,
incite a riot.
You're going to get us banned from Twitter.
Why? That's
No,
what
Twitter
they
would
want.
like this.
That's what
Twitter
they
likes
wanted.
this.
And all the people who took
We're
over
so
Portland
insignificant by the
should
time
be,
we get popular.
should be dead as well.
It'll be 5 years from now
No, it just means like way after the fact, someone will dredge this episode up and use it as proof to destroy us later.
when I'm running for Senate.
Yeah, right.
That's the
Right.
one.
Did you say that glory holes can be dangerous? Absolutely, and I stand by it for sure. The pros and cons of glory holes.
I don't have any. I haven't used one.
Do you want an America with no glory holes? I sure don't.
God, no.
In there, didn't we read something about where glory holes are actually?
Well, in California, no, New York, they're letting you
was
do
it
it.
New York? Yeah.
Yep, and you know what? People have started moving back to New York.
Did you hear that the
It's-
governor of New York has now switched total gears and
Uh-huh.
said, "We have to get this place open. These businesses are going to fail."
Trump's out of here. He won't get credit for it. We've got to save ourselves.
Have you ever seen anything?
Was he working
so
out or getting his hair done?
veiled and fucking ridiculous?
Cuomo? You're talking about Cuomo?
Cuomo.
Was he pumping weights to the jabroni? What was
No,
he
no,
doing?
no. This was his brother, the governor.
Yeah, they both do. They're both
Jesus.
like
They both pump
musclehead
each other.
meatheads.
Didn't
Yeah,
we
no.
predict this? As soon as Trump loses, then
Yeah.
Corona's fine. It's over.
Dr. Johnny, what do you got from Yahoo News on that topic, by the way?
Yahoo News, who we know it's a
really-
left-leading site.
Reputable source.
Experts see the coronavirus becoming non-threatening.
No way.
Oh, I knew that. I
This
already
is
knew
all.
that.
This has all been.
From the New York
That's right.
Times.
This
From
is-
the New York Times.
This has all been very
breaking
predicted
news. Breaking
Yes.
news.
by us.
Burn your
Newsflash.
masks. Burn your masks. Refuse the vaccine. COVID.
Oh,
is
I'm not
gone.
getting the vaccine.
We don't even need a
Everybody is
vaccine.
Newsflash. The libtards in New York finally figured out what we already knew.
Bum, bum, bum,
Day
bum.
one. What about the? What about? Oh shit! What was Never mind. I lost my train of thought.
Oh, that's good. Went off the
That-
track.
I'm
Hey,
sure it was good.
That is some
that's not a light at the
premium
end of that
content.
tunnel.
God,
That's the light of an oncoming train, my friend. You need to get back on
That's
track.
What that it was.
Yes.
But it is delightfully on brand with the power of pessimism aesthetic.
That's right.
I love it. I love it for that reason. That's marketable, man.
Yep. When you pass away and you see the light at the end of the tunnel, it's the light of an oncoming train. It is not God.
That means you're not dead yet.
So GQ lost his train of thought halfway through starting a sentence. That
Well, we were
everybody
talking
else
about
had stopped
Yahoo, and
for.
we were talking about how they said now it's not a problem. With,
Oh,
hey, that's
here-
good
here it
news.
is. Here it
that's
is.
good news. Mainstream media is now telling the sheeple that they can be fine and
Yeah.
it'll be fine. And guess
And every-
what?
and it'll
They'll
be
be fine.
fine.
Everybody will be fine.
And then, of course, the market should go sky, and it's going to fall.
My
for
mother,
some
who
reason.
wears a mask to bed, is going to like take it off and go, the Yahoo said it's okay, and throw her mask at me and flip me off and go buy some whiskey.
time, idiot?
God, y'all are stupid.
Trump made us wear this.
You never breathe on me during.
Right.
Oh.
His mother. That was his mother.
Are there portions of the mask that you miss and you enjoyed during COVID? Well, Power of Pessimism podcast is coming up with the sex mask. And you put it on and you look like George Clooney or Brad Pitt, or you take an ugly girl and you
she has bad
slap
breath.
Who's hot? I mean, Kate Upton. Who's the hottest out there these days? I just
Kate
defaulting back
Upton?
to Sports Illustrated.
Who is that? We just looked up Mary Matthews.
But anyway, I'm sorry. I
girl.
digressed.
That was a girl at the wedding. Remember? I was trying to find her
All right,
picture.
cool. Great.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. Anna told me her name was Mary.
Okay. So look, guys, let's keep going on this. What do y'all think? One of our friends.
Wait, can I say what I remembered?
Oh, he remembered. Good.
Okay. So how many people?
Sleepy Joe.
How many people died of the flu this year?
One.
The flu is. We can look it up and make sure.
No, we
that I'm
cured the
saying
flu.
exactly.
No, truthfully,
It's
I've
non-existent.
tried to look it up, and they don't give you proper stats.
Okay, but they said the reason the flu did not take hold was because
They
The
called
mask.
it COVID.
mask and social distancing. So it
Yes.
was there, but it's not near as contagious as.
So is that it
COVID-19.
though, or is that like a lot of deaths that occurred because of influenza? People are misattributing to COVID because that's the thing that you do now.
No, they always
Well, this is the
sort of admitted
hospitals that are putting that. This is the medical profession that is saying you have COVID and not influenza.
You don't get any money for influenza deaths.
No.
That's right.
But
and that
if
is
you,
not
but if you die of
misinformation.
COVID, and that's normal,
If-
and that's I get. We said it before. I get PPP money. That's how the hospital makes money off the gig. So it's not terrible that they're labeling the death COVID because the government's just pouring what $39,000.
Yeah,
Do
if
we
you go
remember
on
the
a
number?
respirator, the total number is 40,
They get more
basically
money.
40,000.
You're incentivized to have deaths related to COVID.
And call it COVID.
And they made it that way. They may not have meant ill.
This
by
is
the
old
pro-
news,
By
though.
the I know, but we were talking about trying to talk about the flu, and there is no flu.
Right.
So next year, when the flu rolls around, they're going to do what? Everybody needs to wear masks. We're going to shut some businesses down for 2 months, and we're going to social distance and keep the kids at home from school.
No, by then there'll be a COVID
that's
version
crazy.
4.0. You know?
Well, I mean, how many? 65,000 people die in the U.S. every year from the flu, but not last year. Not this
last
year.
No.
No.
Not a one.
So we can save all of those lives
But apparently, if you get hit by a motorcycle and die,
without a helmet.
you have the COVID.
Oh, yeah.
without a helmet.
Absolutely.
Well-
and then there's the like by the time when we're all done with like all the social distancing masks and all that kind of stuff, isn't everybody's immune system going to be dog shit, like bubble boy dog
Yes.
shit by that point?
Oh, yeah.
And
Yes.
guess what? You're going to get sick. And guess what? Big Pharma has the pill for you, my friend.
yeah.
Look at that.
Absolute
They will not
motherfucking
cure you.
dirty bastards.
Because
just-
you will
Nightline,
not get a
it's explosive
cure.
diarrhea.
Just string along, and you have to buy medicine for 2 months.
Exactly.
That is we talked about that before,
We did.
and that's why I don't wear a mask.
I got to ask a question here, an honest question. Candace Owens put it out there. If there is nothing to censor, if Biden got the 80 million votes and he's the most popular, the most voted for, in Michigan, they had like 250% turnout in some counties. So, I mean, he's getting all kinds of
like to
people.
see the proof
I
of
mean,
that, but
like,
go
that's
ahead.
insane. No, it's real. You can,
No, I did. I looked it up.
Yeah,
I
it's
couldn't
real.
find it. I couldn't find it.
Well, and there's a bunch that are 120. There was like 98% registered voter turnout. Never happened before.
I would like to see that proof if you
Well,
can show me.
I know you would, and I know, but the thing is, it's not on mainstream, so we got to go dig it up. You got to look at it. You got to find it. It's legit, dude.
So if it's not on mainstream, what does that tell you? One of two possibilities, right?
That is being censored.
Either that, which is not likely, or maybe there's not any element of truth to it.
What would make you say it's not likely when it's happening every day right now?
They
prove it
sense-
when you can prove
Wait,
it.
we
No.
just got
There's a lot
censored.
of it that is proven.
Well, yeah, my buddy just got her Twitter knocked down.
why?
Everybody's Twitter is
Was
getting
she
jammed.
spewing bullshit?
No worse than the Ayatollah Khomeini in Iran that's saying kill people, kill,
Good point.
inciting riots,
fair.
It's a good
talking
point.
about
They should
it
censor that.
every day.
They don't
They
fucking
should.
censor any of that.
but they
should.
take my buddy
Censure
off.
or censor?
Censor.
Censor.
I see censor. What is censure?
Kamala Harris was
Censor.
even.
Like
I'm sorry, I
like
mispronounced
Spock.
that. Kamala
detecting them
Kamala
censors.
said that she also incited. I'm going to pull this up and I'm going to give you all the information. I
There's-
got it right
so
here.
in Wisconsin, 90% voter turnout. 90% of registered voter turnout.
That's never happened
that is
in
hard
the
to
history.
That
of
is hard to
America.
believe. I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying it's hard to
66% turnout for the last election, Obama had 58% turnout.
Well, that's because the Democrats are racist.
Obama.
They didn't
There's
get
no
out and
black
vote as
people
much
in
for him.
Wisconsin. Really?
That's not controversial, is it?
But hey,
No censoring here.
I'm only kidding.
Look right here.
But hey, if you think about
check.
the
89.
if Twitter and those Facebook
It's
and all
89
that
point
was
whatever.
consistent, I would
showing you.
support it.
Hey,
But they're
Wes.
not
Wes, right here.
consistent.
Go to fact check. You type up whatever you want to type up and put Wisconsin voter turnout.
That's literally what I'm doing right now.
All right.
So you didn't believe my fact check,
So we're
even though
we're-
it's run by
Somebody's
the
a faster typer than
Austin
the other.
American Statesman or Wisconsin Gov.
I don't trust
Or
anyone
USA Today.
for that matter.
Well,
And
then
you
don't
shouldn't. You shouldn't
say-
trust
don't-
me either.
Don't,
Don't
use
trust
the
me with your
mainstream
woman.
media as a
I
We tell
don't.
you that
you
right
did.
now.
You said the mainstream media didn't
Yeah,
like
right.
it. And probably not true.
I'm not saying that there are the absolute arbiters of truth in this world or whatever, but don't also think that everything they say is a lie and only truth is found on all of the, whatever.
Alternative.
Yeah. Like
True. You're right. You're right.
I
But
agree with
everything
that.
with a grain of
everything
But I am-
needs to be fact checked.
But everything these days is fact checked. You know what's funny is when we first started talking about this, I don't know, with him a couple of years ago, I used to think, man, he's so full of shit. But half the stuff he was spewing
right.
a year, 2 years ago is true
Nothing
now.
changed.
And so the idea to me is it opened me up and opened my mind and to say, most of the stuff that you hear on TV, there might be a commercial behind it. There might be money behind it.
Right.
I understand that. I accept it. I take everything with a grain of salt. But when you're watching the news and you get emotional about it, you get pissed off or happy or whatever.
Right.
And then you start to question whether or not that is legitimate, because when you change the channel from Fox to CNN, and both of those are mainstream media, I don't give a shit what Fox says. They have half the damn market. They are the mainstream
I like
media.
Right.
I like it when Fox talks about mainstream media like they're
Correct.
not it.
It's like,
Yeah.
what are you, yeah, like
Yeah.
they have nothing to do with the media.
You're on prime time and,
And they-
you're a news outlet.
Yeah, and you flick the channels and you watch opposing opinions about the very same thing. And all of these people are supposed to be sober adults in the room, and they are not.
right.
That is disturbing.
I
Well,
agree.
I mean, they're discussing politics on TV, so we can at least assume they're coked out of their brains.
Yeah.
Hopefully. If they just said that as a precursor, dude, I just did 2 lines. Let's do the news. Then you're okay with it because you're good. Okay, well, most of this might be true, but he's embellishing.
Right.
I would definitely pay to see a panel of like industry analysts just rip fat fucking rails of coke and get right into just
People
bitching-
you recognize,
bitching,
you know?
screaming, and fighting
Yeah,
with each
you'd
other.
CUN, Coked Up News. And next on Coked Up News.
Can we make that? Can we?
Why is this stripper not breathing in my bathtub? Coked Up News.
Coked up front line. Gung, gung, gung.
Where's
I-
all my money? Whose car am I in?
I would fucking watch the shit out of that.
Why am I driving this car? Whose car is this?
There's been a correlation between people who do too much cocaine and excessive anal bleeding. But
So
they
I
don't
have
know what the
problems with my
reason
anal?
is.
So like CUN primetime would have like one of those plastic sheets on the floor. Or like those cushions that you can put on the chair with like the hole in the middle for when you got like hemorrhoids.
And if you don't want to watch the whole show, you can just take a bump.
There you go.
Ba-ding, bong, bing. All right,
what?
Wear your
cocaine
diapers.
humor. All right. Well, look, I found
Do
it
we
right
have
here.
any cocaine?
No, Twitter hasn't suspended these accounts or tweets that openly incite violence. On Friday, Twitter joined a slew of other social media companies permanently suspending Donald Trump's accounts. Subsequently, many other conservative users found themselves deplatformed, like my friend, by the tech. The tech oligarch's argument is that incites violence. Well, guess what? And glorifies violence. But they sure haven't taken off the Ayatollah Khomeini or Khamenei, mommy.
Ahmadinejad.
The supreme leader of Iran has a Twitter account, and he constantly glorifies acts of violence, and that's just one of them. They show the actual tweets from the guy, and during the Black Lives Matters demonstration, politicians, celebrities,
Peaceful.
and others praised those making it to the streets in protest. Many also championship the associated riots.
Peaceful riots.
and football player turned activist, our favorite football player in the NFL, and yours, Colin Kaepernick, was vocal in his support for violent rioting that overtook many American cities. He's still out there. Kamala Harris joined many public figures in tweeting support and the link for the Minnesota Freedom Fund, which collected bail for those arrested while rioting this summer. So they paid them. Such actively helped encourage the violence.
Are we fact checking all this?
I'm reading from the Federalist right here.
I have a question about all of this, though. So you're saying you're upset about Trump being censored and the
No,
radical
I just
right
want it to be fair.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
targeting. It's considered
Okay,
targeting.
that was my question.
I got to
really,
tell you,
was-
when it hit my friend, that hit close.
yeah. So you're saying there should be more censorship.
No.
You're saying the censors should be basically politically blind. They should kind of go on both sides.
You know what? Honestly,
I agree.
I'm not
Yes.
kidding. What they should do is if it's a tweet or whatever and they don't believe it to be true, they can pull the tweet and then put the burden of proof on the tweeter
Tweetee?
to send a link to where they got their information and what it's all about. So they know that people aren't out there just making things up.
You
Not
learn
a
how
bad
to
idea.
You learn how to do that in high school with your
Right,
little
kinda
notes.
have
Citations, yeah.
It's the
What do
only
you call
kind I
it?
have.
What is it?
Citations.
Citations.
Yeah, cite your
Footnotes.
sources.
Yeah.
Okay, but can I ask a question? Because y'all
Yes.
were talking about something
Yes, you
interesting.
can.
So number one, who is they?
You know, them.
They
Those-
sent you.
those
Who's
guys.
they?
What do you mean? Who?
Us,
what?
probably.
The people
The
that
tech
own
giants.
yes, the people that own all of the social media platforms and decide what the rules on their own platform, which is a privately owned thing, and they can decide the rules and decide who gets to be on it and who doesn't, and what content does. And doesn't.
Privately owned company.
Correct.
Like for instance,
True.
I don't like Disney.
Right.
Okay, and I don't watch Disney. My son didn't watch Disney. I was never interested. I thought it was just not. I don't know. Bambi's mom died for God's sake.
But you killed
Yeah.
Tammy's mom.
I know, no shit. And so I never quite could understand the whole Disney concept, although I did like some of the cartoons. But I had a choice. I just didn't watch Disney, right?
Yeah.
I'm not on Twitter. Fuck Facebook.
Yep.
Although we
That's
really
it.
like them,
That's it.
you know, for this
For
particular
our
program.
page. Yes.
Zucker boner.
But I just never quite understood. Hey, I'm going out of town. Rob me.
Right.
You know, it's the whole thing never quite hit us
And I think if
as
more
being
people,
something that was necessary for us to live. Now, I wasn't young enough. I'm a little older, and I get that. But I also remember years and years ago, how I remember anything is beyond me, but I remember you vote with your dollar in America. So quit fucking Facebook or get off of Twitter. That's your greatest statement.
Yeah.
I agree, but being a privately owned business, we all have privately owned businesses here.
correct.
But I cannot refuse service because of someone's political view or their color or their
Good point.
religious
No.
preference.
But if you just say
No, but this is what's happening. They're silencing people that they don't agree with their political views.
And it's okay to
that's
do
it.
that if you're from the left, but it's obviously not okay to do that
If you're
from the
from
right.
right, yeah, that's-
but the bank is not necessarily from the. Oh, you're not a bank.
And I want to make something clear here. We're not just saying left and right. It's not just one. It's scary if either side gets it because the other side's going to be getting it at another time
I
as far
agree.
as censorship goes.
Well, you set a precedent, and you better live by the precedent. And if
And-
Philo Beto was here, I'd remind him of that. Everything that you do today, and I said that during the Trump administration, he better be careful because the next guy he puts in office, which I thought wrongly, would swing way to the left. And
Everything-
Biden is not way to the left. He's right down the middle, if you ask me.
I agree.
Everything,
Agree.
yeah, everything
So-
you do today has a negative and possibly deadly effect on your future.
Right.
So always keep that in mind.
and
Power
then-
of pessimism.
So I would say that there's definitely a case of for me this feels like the old adage of like history is written by the winners, right? Except
Oh, that's a good point.
except in the modern day we're not talking about like history is written by the winners of a war, but it's who won the political common idea at the time. And what terrifies me about having like partisan inclinations towards the mass media is that over time, are we going to end up with a scenario where in the future, looking back on it, we're only going to have gotten whatever information was prevalent by the dominant party of any given time period?
That's what we're all scared of.
That's
like
what-
the
that's what-
the erasure of history.
But
Yes.
you're actually, are you saying what you think is happening now?
Unfortunately, I'm kind of forced to look at it that way and be concerned that, you know, there's going to be a whole chunk of like a span of some years where the media representation was predominantly conservative. And if I need to go back, you know, after like atrophy of information has occurred for a couple of decades, the smaller, more independent sources have dropped off, or their content's just been erased. They've taken down websites. You know,
Get
the
bought
general
out by the big companies.
the
That and
decay,
erased.
yeah, the decay of information over time is going to leave the most impactful information having been, you know, for this time period predominantly Republican, or before that predominantly like liberal.
Decay or funneled? What do you call it? Filtered.
Well, the thing about like retention of information across a great deal of time is right now you've got access to all these sources, and quite a few of those sources, like numerically, if not by the amount of eyes that are actually on the source, are going to be like, you know, smaller personal independent blogs or things like that, that in a couple of years someone gets bored of doing it and they take it down, and that information is now no longer massively accessible, whereas the big media information that gets archived well remains accessible after longer periods of time. So to look back
on the
on
internet.
it
Gotcha.
in 20 years, if you look back on the information that's available that's still there 20 years from now about what's happening now, are you going to see a different bias than you are actually seeing in the moment here?
Depends on what channel you're watching.
See, my take on this.
You'll have 15 different takes on the same subject,
So with
which is not bad.
there's a point with what's happening this past 4 years. There was an outsider that came in and took over the presidency.
And that's what he got voted in to do.
That's what happened. But the Republican Party was backing him. They weren't backing
They
him.
weren't backing, not initially. They had to.
No, and they're
eventually.
still not backing him now. They in the middle they had to show they're backing him because he got so strong. He got very powerful with the people.
And then right up there near the end, they turned
Not
on
all
him so
people.
fucking fast.
Oh,
because
they
they
turned on him
always
huge.
wanted to. Because
So-
he's upsetting the apple cart. He was draining the swamp they all live in.
It's
I
not-
get it. That's what he got elected to do.
Mitch McConnell, Biden, these are what you call the Democrats and the Republicans. These are the 40 years of being part of this system. They don't want someone to come in and say, "Hey, you're doing this wrong." No, because these guys have us
They're
blinded.
bought and paid for.
Oh, and we're blinded. We would listen to these people, Pelosi's, the McConnells, the crazy people.
How
that have
drunk
been up
is
there.
Nancy Pelosi
But you know
on
what
any given
though?
day?
When you talk about that, and
at
what
least a 7.
what you were mentioning earlier is because I watch a lot of History Channel. It's one of my favorite things to do.
I think
during
she
the day.
keeps whiskey in those giant mams of hers.
Well, she's drunk all the time then because she's got plenty. So
Oof.
the idea is when I watch the 68th take of World War II, because I watch shows like that. I mean, you can watch one of them, and I swear, Hitler was on meth, and he methed up the German army, and there is some truth to that.
Is that a pun?
No. It's dead. I'm
He really
dead serious.
methed up.
And he ran basically the world for what, 6 years, 8 years, because he was a methed out fucking freak that landed in the right place at the right time and could speak to people who were either dumb as sheep or wanting something. Depending on what show you watch, they had all went through World War I, and I'm going to bore you with this. They all went through World War I. They got these sanctions on them that were so difficult to live through.
How difficult were they?
They were having trouble
Like
eating.
the Allies,
They were
after-
having trouble
after
eating.
World War I, just like pretty much punitively, completely fucked the German economy.
Well, but
That's
they
what you get when you
started.
pick a fight with America. Fuck yeah.
Actually, it was more of Western Europe in that particular case, but it
yeah.
created a situation by holding these people down. Created a situation.
Adam, by
Does
the
this
way-
sound familiar?
Oh,
You're welcome. You're welcome for us.
Does this
going over
sound
there and
familiar?
saying
we
everything.
we had it. We fucking had it.
You had it,
Speak
man.
Deutsch.
We totally had it, and then you just like rolled in at the last second.
Y'all
and then
hung in
just,
there
like,
tough. Y'all hung tough, man. We didn't get it any near as close. I mean, you guys took it on the
And then just like
chin.
you pieced up at the last second with like a couple of margaritas and just were like, yeah, we got you, man.
Do you think that the
I watched The
speaking
Crown.
of World
They
War
said-
II,
One. I was
One.
talking about, and you cut me off, but that's okay.
I'm sorry.
I can't remember what we were talking
You were
about.
talking about World War One, and then you went into Hitler.
The point was, I roundly made a point that I can't remember, but it had something to do with if you hold a
Sheepy
specific poor people down, in this case Germans, look what it turned into.
Joe. What did it turn into?
So if you're an American,
How dare you?
World War II,
We won the
it
both
was a pretty
world
big
wars.
deal. It was a pretty big deal.
We won them both.
But if you in America, if you choose to, and I don't see it coming from the right side of politics, where you're trying to hold people down. The left say that.
I know a dude who did that.
They say it, but I don't see it. In fact, for years, the right has been made to come to the middle in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and now
It's
2000s.
like Antifa that fights fascism with fascism.
It's,
and tells
it's
you
an
you're
odd.
fascist.
That is an odd
Fucking
turn of
geniuses,
events.
eh?
I'm going to do that.
That's an odd turn of events, but true. And I don't see the left accepting the right. I see the left saying the right better fucking accept us and shut up. And I just think that's exactly what they oppositely have thought and tried to
Well,
do.
they're
for
pretty-
peace for everybody except those white people.
I mean, I got to give them a little bit of a break. They put up with Trump for 4 years. They're ready to spread their wings and get some socialist,
They didn't
United
put up with
Socialist
Trump.
States of America going, baby.
They didn't put up with Trump. They put up a fight every fucking day. And if the right did that to Biden
No, they did that
through
too.
Fox News, it would be CNN's greatest victory that
Oh
they
no!
got.
Like, you think
Remember
about that.
during Obama's terms, the Republicans were fighting him, but because they're fighting Obama, because he was a half white, half black president,
He wasn't born in America.
they were
means he's
no,
white.
they were called racist.
Right.
I mean, it was nothing about him, what color he was. It was a policies he was trying to push out.
I see the left
Yeah, and the left
not accepting the right.
No, what the left does is blame the right
Identity politics.
for something they've already
Y'all
they're already
texting
doing.
each other. You little.
They're, left is racist.
No,
the left is extremely racist.
They have been for a long time.
Yes, and they still are. But they'll blame the right because
If
But
you
you're
if you
racist.
want to know what the left is up to, it's very simple. Just see what they're blaming the right for.
exactly.
It's such a consistent thing that I see in the news every day when the people are talking at a microphone and they're talking points every day. They all leave their office this morning with a sheet of paper that they're supposed to say. I get it. The right does it too.
Yeah.
But if you ever want to know what the left is up to, i.e. Russiagate, just understand that's what they're doing, and they're pushing it off on the right or
Oh,
their
and
enemy
you
or
have-
whatever
you
you want
have
to call the right. to them.
Famous civil rights leaders that have warned against this. Malcolm X has warned against this. I mean, you have songs with Public Enemy, Chuck D saying the same thing. Beware of the hand that feeds you from the left. I mean, these
Go
are
Chuck.
terms.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Malcolm X had a great speech about both political parties and how each one are different and how each one they affect the black people or the colored people.
I didn't. I need to hear that. But my understanding of what we going round and round, bringing it back to the media.
Go for it.
So these
resolve the
days-
thought, I dare you.
These days, when I was a child, we had a television with three
Man,
channels.
Wes is looking at his watch, dude.
What is it that late?
No,
No,
it's fine.
I get texts on my watch.
Ooh, you got a
fancy.
fancy thing. Wow.
Yeah, I'm not trying to brag,
Did you
but
get the one that I sent you?
Facebook Watch or something? What is that?
I replied
not-
to you.
I'm not
Did,
trying to- I'm not
did
trying to
your
put
buddy Mark Zuckerberg send that to you?
Mark suck a dick.
Wait,
Oh wait, rewind that.
wait. No, we don't get deplatformed.
No, leave that. He's a turd.
No, he can like suck a nice dick.
We got banned from Facebook. We're banned from Facebook.
He
now.
does not.
he looks like an alien, man.
He does not look like he'd be very much
It's
fun
those,
to hang out
it's
with.
those fucking,
No.
it's just those weird little spaghetti arms. That's what fucks me up about Zucker. He's got those
Sunken
weird
in
little,
eyes.
yeah, sunken eyes, fucking noodle arms. Like, where do you come from, bud?
Well, so I mean,
Oh wait,
and
wait.
what else
to
do we want
finish
to cover?
This particular thought.
Yeah, well,
The idea
let's
about
stay
media.
on it, all this.
Well, I know, but it jumped into Zuckerberg's arms. I don't know how that happened. But it's okay now because when I was a kid, we had three channels. Remember that? y'all were too young.
ABC, CBS, and NBC.
Right, and they came
And the
off,
dreaded
no satellite. It
PBS.
came off.
CBS.
Oh, 4 channels.
God, I would put that. I'd
Please,
fall asleep
kindly
watching
tell me more
Lawrence
about the
Welk
war,
show. It was
Grandpa.
terrible.
I know exactly. What
EastEnders
about the
was
land,
on
Paul?
PBS.
But these days, I get to turn the TV on. 100 channels, and there are conservative news channels off of Fox on Suddenlink right now. There's liberal stuff through the mainstream media, which is MSNBC, etc. But they are more popular and have more people followers. And then you can turn it to some, and there's a string of religious channels, a string of black channels, and if you go to the very end, there's a string of Spanish channels. There's something for everybody.
Wait, where's the
and
Indian?
everybody?
Where are the Indian channels?
They don't count. Indian
They don't
people
have
don't
the-
count.
They
We're
don't have
1.3
the Indian
billion
channel.
strong.
Wait, feather or dot?
1.3 billion strong.
Feather or
Why
dot?
don't
Does it matter?
we have a parliament?
Does it matter?
They're not the same.
Right, and it's me that'll get us deplatformed.
Not very true.
I will allow it. I will allow it.
That's what if we get deplatformed, we win. That's how it works. That means somebody listened,
Yeah,
Let's all say a prayer.
cared
together.
enough, and went into a thing and said, "We got to get rid of these guys."
no, that's it. The power of pessimism. Now you can't even listen to us. So what fucking hope do you have?
When you have a problem, you need to ask yourself, what is it, you cunt face? What is it, you cunt face?
Bananas?
And you need to dig deep in there. Penetrate the soul.
Penetrate the soul.
The
This has
power of
been a
pessimism.
Deepak moment.
The power of pessimism. What the fuck is happening right now?
Right.
The power of pessimism Hindu version.
I would not listen to that.
I would make fun of Pakistanis, but
Racist.
I like
They
convenience
might
stores
kill
too
you.
much.
Dangerous. Highly, highly
I
dangerous
might get
right here,
censored
boys.
from convenience stores.
What did Biden say? Something you have to be speak Pakistani to go into a.
Yeah, that was
Biden
one of
said
his
that.
gaffes.
He said that.
Hey, I don't want
How
to go
does
to
he
a
get away
place
with
where
that?
America where you got to go in everywhere and got to be able to speak Pakistani to get a Coca-Cola corn pop.
7-Eleven.
Come on, man.
What is 7-Eleven still open?
In California they are, but now they're not because California shut down and all of them went under.
Ooh, that's rough.
If New York opens before California, who wins? You know what I mean? You think they're in a
They
I'm
don't
more
care.
left than you are kind of
Yeah, they are. They're
conversation with
probably
each other?
having we can stay inside longer than you.
I'm gonna put everybody out of business and
The
I
two
win.
the two governors are going to have a bet like the Duke brothers in
Mortimer.
yeah in it's not
$1.
in trading places. Yeah,
That $1, you know.
yeah. Those
No,
two.
my real question is like, what are they going to do with all those like gross like 72-hour heat lamp hot dogs now?
What does that mean?
Okay.
What does that mean?
Do you think they're going to sell them to us? 7-Eleven. If they go out of business, what are they going to do with all the gross hot dogs?
What's
we
to
can buy
happen
those.
with the big gulp?
What's
Where's
to
the
happen
big gulp
with the
go?
big gulp?
July 4th.
I
Coney
want to be
Island.
part of a world with no big gulp.
I push for the power of pessimism buys out that whole infrastructure. We start running those stores.
7-Eleven.
We
That's a
sell
lot
our
of
own
work.
merchandise.
It's a lot of work. And
Your
last
shirt
I checked, you
matches
weren't
it.
Pakistani.
Come on, man! Look, we've got all these accomplished businessmen in the room. Like, we got to be able to work out something, boys, right?
Yeah. I mean, we can totally
Accomplished.
fill the store up with a
Right.
bunch of Power of Pessimism pop T-shirts. And
Yeah, you can.
Hot dogs.
Hats and-
We'll have racks upon racks of
You can
reusable
judge our
condoms.
success based on the success of this show.
We just put out our 3rd album. That's a big deal.
Power of pessimism's persistent prophylactic.
Yep.
The
condom.
reusable.
There you
Yeah.
Sweet D and Captain Asshole, Up in Smoke. That's our new album. Censored again.
Down with chocolate.
D-tweeted. Man, I got D-tweeted like a motherfucker last week.
The tweet.
So hey, let's what are we going to talk about this week? We've done a lot of this. The siege on the Capitol and the guy with the horns.
How about the vaccine?
Did they really steal Nancy Pelosi's stuff?
Oh, I was going to switch gears, but
Did they? I mean, a lot of shit went on in there.
they took pictures.
I like the guy getting the security guard, the one security guard they had that was getting
Who
chased
got
up
shot?
the stairs.
I think they hired Stanley Kubrick and it's all fake. They staged it.
I'm
all.
with
It's all
you,
fake.
man. I'm with you. Why did they move the
With the moon.
barricades?
Yeah.
They moved the barricades and
yeah.
let the people walk right in. Why?
It was a set. It was a movie set.
Yeah, same shit as the moon landing, man.
Did y'all notice the one window that they broke going into the Capitol? did not look like any of the other windows. It looked like it had a new frame on it. It was like brand new because believe me, down here in the hurricanes, you know when you got a new window.
yeah.
And I mean, can you imagine the United States Capitol doesn't have bulletproof windows? And a bunch of knuckleheads with
there's no way it
What were
does.
they? What did
Yeah,
they
you
have,
couldn't
dude? They had like
because
a
it's
broom or something. They were beating
That
the
was
window with.
that was a safety window.
They
'cause it
are
had, you know, they
unfinanced.
shattered. It
That's
didn't-
their problem. They need finance.
That was. I like the idea that you thought the whole thing was.
This is a green screen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All CGI, man.
If you look at the footage outside, there's an American flag outside the Capitol building blowing in the wind, but we all know there's no wind in DC.
Totally.
Oh, there's a lot of wind in DC. It's
And it
all
was
in the house.
rainy
A
that
lot
day.
of hot wind. A lot of hot wind coming out of those politicians who, man, they all look like game show hosts with their fake hair. And was Mitch McConnell?
Fucking turtle.
Mitch McConnell, turtle.
Hey, I'm going to
turtle.
call this ticket for 2020, whatever.
Four.
Tulsi Gabbard
Oh,
and
yeah.
Crenshaw.
Yep.
I like Tulsi Gabbard, man. I'm with that, dude. I'll give you one of those. I'm
Yeah,
with
thank
Tulsi
you.
Gabbard.
Who's going to be president though? Let her be.
I would
president.
let
She's hot.
Tulsi. She's
I'll let
smart.
her. Yeah,
Let
she's
her
hot.
be president.
She's
and,
ex-military, you know.
And
I
so is
watched
Crenshaw.
I watched
both
the
are
thing on her
ex-military.
today. and-
Warmongers.
Crenshaw.
That's what everyone will say if they're both. You can't have two from the military. There'll be warmongers.
But see,
We've had plenty
but
of
the thing,
generals
yeah,
that
and
were-
the thing is, one's a Democrat, one's a
who?
Republican.
Besides Eisenhower.
There you go.
General Eisenhower.
Besides Eisenhower.
Not George Washington.
They're saying, dude, if this thing gets weird on the
Teddy Roosevelt.
Because
conspiracy alert, conspiracy alert, conspiracy alert.
John
If
Kennedy
this
was
thing,
also-
they're saying that the 18th, that really starting next Monday, guys, we're going to need to probably do some podcasts because next week they said starting Monday, if any weird shit's going to start happening or disclosure or shutdowns or COVID coming back or whatever, it starts next
Not in New
Monday.
York.
And it goes on till the 20th. So
Wait, why? Oh,
and if
because
nothing
of the-
happens, then you know QAnon and all these people are full of shit.
shit.
What about
You
what
can put
about
that
Trump?
Hey, Wes, you could put that for our YouTube thing. Power of Pessimism says QAnon is full of shit.
Yep.
Hey,
Pizza
what
was real though.
What's
Yeah.
the what are the odds? Just say yes or no. Trump goes to the
Yes or no?
inauguration?
No, he's already said he's not going.
Oh,
He already
He said he's not going.
what about Hamala, his wife?
What?
Wow,
She's not
where
going
did
either.
that come from?
Okay.
No,
What's her
Trump's
name?
wife,
Kamala.
Melania,
Melania.
Kamala.
Vagina.
I was like, Kamala Trump. Oh,
I'm just imagining. I'm imagining somebody's put
Malabia.
put a cheap wig on a spiral ham, and that's been his wife the whole time.
All I
I'll be
think
damned.
about,
She looks good. Look at that. It's a ham.
when I look at her, all I think is about my labia.
Your
She's
labia?
pretty.
Your labia?
She's nice. She's
You
pretty.
have a labia?
She's good. I
Just
mean,
one labia.
she's not Michael Obama, but she's cool.
I've seen that video. That is the best,
Dude, I'm
When
gonna
she's
get
dancing.
I'm gonna
on
get
Ellen.
Hillary.
I'm out of the loop. What? If,
We're not only gonna get shut down. I'm gonna get killed.
You have to see where they're claiming that Michelle
Michelle.
Obama
We've
is
talked about
actually a
this.
guy.
Oh,
And if you
come
watch
the
this
fuck
video, it
on,
is
man.
fucking hilarious. Where she's dancing on
She's
Ellen.
got man hands. She's got
dancing
man
on Ellen,
shoulders and
her
man
pants
jaws.
like have a little thing where it flops. It is really, really funny.
all right.
I want to see that video.
I'll look.
you haven't
not
seen that?
I have not.
Oh, dude,
I haven't seen.
it's a big swinging
Lord.
dongalicious. Something's in there. Maybe it was a popsicle. She didn't. I don't know. Maybe she was storing her tiger dog down there. But
It's a
there
tail.
is
She has a
something
tail.
happening.
Tiger dog.
She
It's a
predicted
hot dog.
She predicted the fall of 7-Eleven and stocked up on hot dogs.
You know,
Stuffed them in her
Obama,
pockets.
and this we can't get deplatformed because this is real. He has called her Michael in 2 occasions on a live microphone.
Nice.
Me and Michael, and he goes, Michelle. Oh, I'm sorry.
Michael.
All right. And then everybody goes, Obama has spoken.
See, Father Passim.
I actually
is here.
like Obama,
Saint
dude.
Passim.
I like Obama. He was actually more like a Republican than even Republicans.
He liked war, didn't he?
He
liked
deported
drones.
more illegal aliens.
I
He-
like drones.
He deported more illegal aliens in his first 4 years compared to say Trump's first 4 years. He deported more people.
Well, wait. Truth be told, Trump couldn't because he built a wall.
Bing, bong, bing.
The wall worked. Okay. Next one. Sorry.
Foreign military sales
Intervention.
of weaponry was average 11 billion under Obama. We were giving other countries 40 to 50 billion dollars in weaponry.
Under Trump?
No, under Obama.
Okay, what did Trump have?
Go Obama, dude. He's all about self-defense of the nation.
He's making money to pay that bill, baby.
Yeah, dude.
He gave the Hummer away to China.
He gave a Hummer away.
Or did he?
Did who?
Or did he
Xi
give
Jinping?
China? A
Now
Hummer?
that's not cool.
Like
Xi
just
Jinping.
one, because there's a lot of Chinese people.
No, I'm trying to
They
figure
could
it out.
fit.
Damn.
I almost said something. But my wife is here, so I didn't.
Oh, we're gonna have to get the wife out.
Restraint.
Talk about censoring.
The world at large thanks you for that.
Isn't that great? I almost said the funniest thing ever, and I just had to stop it.
Just whisper it.
That's like winning an argument by saying you were about to say like the smartest thing ever that would have totally
Ever.
won the argument, but I'm not going to say it.
I could have
could've
turned
ended
her
the wa-
headphones off.
I could have ended the war, but oh god, dog it. All right.
Don't make me do this, man. I don't want to do this, man. Not with you, man.
What did,
Producer Wes is trying to censor the podcast.
What did
Fucking liberal
else did
media.
Obama do that
one
Trump
of my
didn't
favorite
do?
things in 2015 he approved Arctic drilling in
Obama?
Alaska. Yeah, in
Is that
May.
what the kids are calling it now?
In May, it was May of 2015.
cold
He approved the Arctic drilling project, which was us going for our reserves in the
Under
That was
Obama, we moved more towards an energy independent U.S. Unbeknownst to him, Trump made it happen.
Yeah, I'd like
but it
for
was
all-
moving in that direction.
Yeah, on
which is
that
awesome.
note, I would like everybody to go look up Solara, which we gave like 500 billion or a ton of money to. That
I still have some
for
of
the
their
green
shit.
initiative that shut down in 2 years, and now you need to go check out exactly what it is because there's a lot
I
of
still have some of their solar
conspiracy
panels.
bullshit on that. What that thing is.
I can't get
there's
them to
my
work.
favorite thing Obama did. You know, I love Cubans. Cubans are awesome.
Sure.
But he
There's
also
no such thing as cute.
he-
You know, I
he-
never trust that Manny Fernandez, man. For I know you killed my
Obama
brother.
ended wet foot, dry foot policy.
What does that mean?
What is that?
That is, if a Cuban, you know how they come through, if they set 1 foot on land, they become they become almost a citizen.
Is that because they vote
Cubans.
Republican?
Can we do that in Cuba? I'm gonna go because I want to do that in Cuba.
Is that because they vote Republican?
Hey, I was only kidding. You don't have to go.
Don't leave.
She ruined your joke.
I don't remember what the joke was. It had something. It had something to do with a finger in the ass.
Captain Asshole.
And I was like, I'm not so sure I should say this.
Captain Asshole's at it again.
Like, what were you saying? Like, Obama was.
These are the divorce chronicles of Captain Asshole.
That's
Yeah.
when it happened.
How
Right
to
there.
fast track your divorce.
That's gonna-
5 easy steps.
Yeah.
The power of, yeah.
Ladies, send your pictures in.
The power of pessimism. 5 easy steps to getting divorced without anyone noticing.
Yes.
No. Even better. Like we broadcast the entire divorce process, start to
Kind of like
finish.
reality TV.
Yeah, absolutely. So that'll
We
be
get
what
him in
puts
a-
us over, man.
We get him in a room and make him look at the screen and talk to us like he's so mean.
That's
to me.
what. Yeah, that's what makes us the
he
household
poops
name.
the bed.
It's just good old GQ just weeping into a camera.
Toxic masculinity wins again.
Thought I was doing the right thing.
Dude, you know what we haven't done this show yet? We haven't gaslighted. We haven't virtue
We've
signaled.
been gaslighting.
Do y'all have your masks on? Everybody put on their masks for virtue signaling. Oh. And we've already covered the, what do they call it? I don't know. Oh, it'll come back to me in a
the main
second.
parts of the argument.
You know when you have a thought and you almost have it, and then you know that it went away and you're not going to catch it right now? That's what
he's
just
already
happened.
done that 3 times.
Yep.
Yeah, not virtue signaling, but
It's
it
not
was
my fault.
identity politics. Oh, and on that note, okay, I want to go around the room and see what everybody in the new future you can identify as whatever you want.
Oh,
That's
Well,
true.
I'm gonna
It
need
doesn't
it.
even really take paperwork anymore, so we can all do it right here, and it'll be legit.
I need some time.
Oh, I got
don't.
it.
I got
you
mine.
already
I
know.
got it.
Oh, I've
yeah.
had one chambered for a while.
I got mine.
Hey.
Mine's going to be
Light a
the,
match, would you?
the Western European latent swallow.
West. Oh,
That's
was
what I
a little,
identify as.
You had Monty Python.
Not
Not
The
the
African?
unlatent swallow, but the latent swallow.
Coconut.
Big difference.
Okay, you go. What do you know?
You have to come back to me.
Yeah, I don't. I have.
I'm going to be a black guy.
That's a whole mountain.
I'm going to be
I
a
have
black guy. I'm changing my name to
Racial
Ladarius.
reassignment surgery.
All right, Doc, should
Yeah,
we carry
I'm
this
having
show?
racial reassignment surgery.
Yes.
I've
All right,
just
it's Adams.
I've always been black from the waist down. Why not go the whole way?
I identify as
All
black
right,
from the waist
you
down.
let me and Dr. Lawrence carry this show for a minute,
I mean,
boys.
dude, I want to be able to. I want to be able to do all the things the brothers can do. They're funny. They're fast. They're smart. They're good dancers.
There you are.
But they die early.
Do they?
Bad.
I got a feeling I'm gonna. I don't
I mean,
feel
at least
so
in horror
good.
movies, right?
I don't feel so good.
I got the sickle.
Dog.
He identified as a black man and was dead with the sickle cell in 3 weeks.
Sickle cell anemia, man.
That's
Guys,
You
sickle
need
cell
to
anemia.
rewind that and
That
kill
is-
that. Yeah.
No,
That's
turn it
rough
up.
as fuck.
If it's too
Do you remember
offensive,
when-
you're too old.
Do you remember when COVID first came out? For some reason, there was a disproportionately larger number of black Americans that
You
had
out?
it. And then, hey.
Oh, we got some visitors to the
Yep.
show.
Yeah.
But
Visitors.
you remember this? I'm going to talk to y'all because nobody else is listening.
Go
so
ahead.
there was a disproportionately larger number of black Americans that had COVID than, and they all of a sudden they called it a racist disease, and it's all because of this. And I was like, wait a minute, where did that go? That all left the table as soon as the numbers changed,
Yeah.
right?
Hey,
No, it's still there.
Is
There's
it? No way.
There's still
No way.
There's still a thing up on the bulletin board in the place I work at that says like we officially don't discriminate against black people because of sickle cell. There's
Yeah.
like a whole
What does
thing.
that
True
mean?
fact.
See,
Yeah.
that's weird in and of
But what does that
itself.
even mean?
You shouldn't
How do
discriminate.
you
period.
discriminate against people with sickle
Well, so
cell?
as an employer, you choose not to employ black people because if you employ them, then
They're going to die early.
they're going to die early because of
Hey,
sickle cell.
this is crazy. Dude.
I have never heard of that before.
I don't. I
That's an
assume
England
that
thing.
that's what that thing is. I can't imagine any other like discrimination
when-
that would arise from that.
When COVID first came up, and I was worried about, and if you go in this city and you go around and look at people, the black community wears their masks more than the white community.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Even
but
while
they do.
driving. Even
They
while
do.
driving,
I'm
yeah.
telling you, they
Yeah.
do, and they take it seriously and all that. And maybe that was just maybe the first crux of
hey,
the.
you know,
thing.
there's no wrong answer on that.
No, it's all fine. But this, and I asked the guy because remember we first thought it was a black,
I wear a man pun all
Not
the time, and I
respi-
don't have to. No one's asking me. I
not
just do it.
not respiratory, but more
Very
of a blood
responsible.
disease, which sounded like sickle cell. And so when I asked these guys I work with and friends of mine who are black, and I said, "Dude, do you have sickle cell?" And a lot of them said yes, but they're treated and they're older men, and they're fine.
Yeah.
But I never understood that that was something that anybody else talked about at any time in the last 10 years, other than when.
And
when do you hear about sickle
And as
cell?
Oh, it's
usual,
been-
the power of pessimism stays on top of all current and past.
But I was curious and had to
Well
learn about
informed.
sickle cell and whether or not it had something to do with COVID.
The power of pessimism, getting real rowdy about shit that happened 20 years ago.
Yeah, I
See,
love it.
that's why there's more mortality,
Never
higher
accurate,
mortality rate
never aware.
in the black community because of the pre-existing conditions that they have.
Well, it's
And that's
being
legit.
obese and smoking and having respiratory issues.
And being diabetic, and that's, yeah.
That's part of it. And now we've learned that affects all people. It's not just black people. Give me a
And
break.
Thanks,
and of
Wes.
course, let's not forget the main killer of black people in America, white cops.
Not true. Oh, that is not true. That statistic is not
Hey,
true.
they're black cops kill them too.
No, that's not true. Honestly, and I'm not joking, most African Americans die at the hands of other African Americans.
No, we could look that up
Yes.
and fact check that.
Oh, that's a definite fact.
It is.
And that needs to stop. And they're trying. I think they're working on it. They have. Been
They
for the
are,
last
dude.
20
I'm telling
years.
you, it seems to be. It seems to be getting better. All that stuff seems to be getting better.
I don't know. Chicago's still bad.
I
Well,
remember
Chicago defund the
remember-
police. You got no police.
When
Shit's
I
gonna
was-
get sideways.
when I was watching stuff at the Capitol, I remember something about black on black crime years and years ago. You know, clean your own house up. That's what I remember. The whole. I guess some white people were.
Does that
saying.
mean, is that literally or figuratively?
Both.
literally?
Like you
And
look
so-
inside your soul and clean yourself up, or
No,
literally
clean up
your own house?
community. Police your own community, and that's not that wasn't happening. It probably still isn't
That
in the
doesn't
black
work.
community.
It doesn't
But
work.
here's the thing: what I saw happen at the Capitol was, I said, I'm gonna clean up the community. If I was there, I would have shot all those fuckers.
Even the horny guy?
Yes, absolutely. He's not where he's supposed to be. He's on federal property. I mean, if you cross the unknown
It's not
soldier's
federal
tomb, they'll
property.
shoot you.
It's our property. That's what everyone keeps getting mistaken.
No.
That is our property, dude.
You're not allowed to walk up in there.
Yes,
you
no,
are.
bullshit.
This
You
is
are.
America. We paid for that. That is ours.
Not under those pretenses, and not when they tell you can't.
I don't know where you live,
That's
dude.
bullshit. It's like, oh, I'm going to go to Tiger
Communist
Stadium.
China.
I'm going to Tiger Stadium, and I'm going to go rip up the field because it's mine. No, there are rules that you need to follow.
That's a
and
good
these
analogy.
assholes did not follow the rules.
Right.
And I'm telling you,
Don't
they
bring
should have
a
been.
gun.
They should have been stopped at the door.
Don't bring a gun.
And you know what's crazy is the fact that they did that shows how stupid they are, because they did the very thing that
I don't think they're
kills the
stupid.
very argument that they're trying to
Those
provide.
guys were anarchists.
They're
and
from
if I was in
George Soros.
college and you,
You
wanted
think
to
that was
pay
all
me,
Soros assholes?
if you wanted to pay me to go dress up and fuck shit up in college,
How much?
Not
Those guys
much. It wouldn't
weren't in
take
college.
much.
Those dudes weren't
I
in
don't.
college.
I don't think someone would actually
I'm
have
just
to pay
saying.
you. I feel
I'm
like they
just
just,
saying. That's
Just
right.
do it. You
That's
just
right.
do it.
propose the idea,
If
and
you
you're
can
probably
get me
there.
out of jail, I'm up. Let's do it. If I don't get killed, let's do this.
The guy sitting in Pelosi's chair with his feet up, taking fucking selfies
You know what
of
got me
himself.
about that?
He's the one guy who would criticize the most Antifa, and he's doing the same fucking thing.
I have to say that guy must have been a setup.
It was a
Because
setup.
if
dude.
I'm going to
He's
Nancy
so relaxed.
Pelosi's-
Stanley
yeah, if I'm going to his,
here it comes.
if I'm going to Nancy Pelosi's office to do this, I'm going to take a fat dump in her fucking chair. All right.
saving that.
If you
dump
were
up.
serious, you'd do that.
Oh,
But
exactly.
you say he wasn't serious.
He was not serious.
That was a
dude.
rumor,
No.
though. There was a rumor that might have happened. Honestly, I think it's probably a rumor.
I just-
Here's what gets me.
Okay.
Just real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, those pictures of the guy sitting in Pelosi's seat, which is disrespectful, in her office. The
should not have been
guy
there.
sitting up, the one sitting up at the house in the main. What am I looking?
Chamber.
Yeah, in the main
guess.
chamber,
sitting
He-
in the speaker seat.
sitting in the speaker's seat again. One thing occurred to me, and I've been around enough shows and TV production things, and those people sitting in those chairs were not scared that the Secret Service was going to come around the corner any second, which tells me it's bullshit. They're sitting there. If you ran into the Capitol and you squirreled into one of those seats, you would not. And I can read people's faces, and they were not worried about anything. They were taking little selfies and doing their thing.
Antifa wasn't worried about it either.
It just struck me. If I'm creating anarchy and I'm running and farting around in people's offices, I'm not going to have a look like I just took an Ambien. I'm going to have the look on my face like I drank 5 Red Bulls. Oh, shit, here they come. Where are they at? Ah, there we go. Let's go.
And I mean, like you'd cover up all your face and stuff, wear a hat and
Do something.
I'm
Wear a
telling you.
mask. None of those people wore masks. Dumbasses.
It was very strange. I don't want to go
The whole
too
house is gonna get
controversial, but
COVID
it
now.
was
COVID.
very strange.
But do you feel the same way about Antifa when they were taking over Portland? And I harp on that because I'm fascinated. They took over an American city downtown, and nobody cared.
Minneapolis, too.
'Cause the-
I cared.
The mayor allowed
I
it.
cared.
The
Well,
mayor
yeah,
allowed it.
no one
so-
cares about Minneapolis.
Well,
so
and Trump got just abused by the mainstream media, which we all discussed a little while ago.
air
What is
quote
that?
air
The
quote
man.
that harder.
The man.
Yeah.
Fucking dare you.
I mean, I
He
just,
did.
I really, I just don't get it.
it is. I don't know why. I mean, why do they hate Trump so bad? I know he's an obnoxious dick,
He is.
but I mean, like, they want to roast him. They want to
Who's
stab
they?
him in front of his family.
Who's they?
They want to eat his bones and then write an essay about it.
What's funny is he was elected to do the very thing he did. So 51% of
Drain
the
the
people
swamp. Oh, and guess what,
of the
people?
of the U.S. voters voted for him to do the very thing he
You
did.
did it. You did perfect. You did.
And he only got
fantastic.
49% this time. But he did exactly what he was supposed to do. He's not a politician, and he did exactly. And I didn't vote for him. He did exactly what he said he was going to do,
I'm gonna
and that
drain the
affects
swamp.
who
I'm
the
gonna be a
most.
dick.
I thought he lost the popular vote in 2016. Am I wrong about that?
I don't remember.
Did I
Wrong
misremember?
No, he did lose the popular
Fake
vote.
Okay.
math.
But wait,
fake
are we
news.
against the electoral college now?
Oh,
I want
absolutely.
100% of the
Okay,
vote
fuck
in
that.
America.
No,
Okay.
no, you have to have the electoral
100%.
vote.
Even
Yeah.
people
I
who
mean,
couldn't
if
vote.
you,
Okay,
if,
wait,
you,
if you're-
if you in California, New York, you win the whole. It's not right. It's
Yeah.
not fair.
I agree.
So if you, that carries way too
Oh,
much
yeah.
weight. The cities carry way too much weight
It
for the
wouldn't
rest of
be
the country.
so much of a problem if we didn't have gerrymandering as a huge problem. in
Oh, yeah, yeah,
politics.
Who is Jerry? Who is Jerry?
What about
Jerry is the
redistricting?
guy that is redistricting. That's the same thing. It's whoever's in power gets to draw the lines to determine the districts, and they can draw the lines however they want into their advantage, so that the next election comes around, and then they draw the districts in a way that guarantees that they're going to
Actual
get,
news. Actual news.
Concentrates the most of their votes
Exactly.
in,
Yeah,
in
it is.
defined areas.
It is fascinating when you learn about that, because if you look at the district here, it crosses the lake and catches like 6 blocks here and goes back towards Sulphur.
Huh.
What the fuck is that about? And I asked the guy who was elected there, and he said, "Well, that's just the way they drew it up." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Well, does that benefit you or not?" And he goes, "Well, it benefited me this time, but next
That's a
time."
good
like
point.
some like old Boudreaux city planner just like
But they
And he coughs and is like, oops.
but they do it in pencil. They do it in pencil so they can erase it and fucking redraw it.
but maybe somebody stole his eraser at school.
Well,
Yeah,
I would think that
true.
part of that is
Fucking
do
down,
it in ink.
Man, you
down
know
with
that these
bullying,
things,
man, right?
These are getting funner because Wes just said we've already hit 1 hour.
What?
Good Lord.
I know.
We have
Time flies
Have
when you
I
have
been
fun.
drinking
Wrap
that
it
much?
up.
doesn't-
Wrap it up.
No, I don't think we need to wrap it up. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about. Just talk, and we'll use it for other stuff.
I'm
And
going to raise my hand.
you have a topic. Hit it.
Go.
Okay. I was so happy to see Ohio State win last night. That was the best game ever.
Ohio State kicked that Crimson Tide's ass.
You know, I
James,
just
are you
think-
going to break it to them?
Bama.
Are you going to break? They went to bed earlier. You
I
going to break it
love
to
the
them?
fact that Bama
Alabama
didn't
won.
even. I love the fact that Bama didn't even make the championship game. Clemson really played well. They deserved high praise. But go Ohio State. Go Buckeyes.
Yes.
Excellent. Well, Alabama won for the Nick Saban's how manyth?
Seventh. Wait,
Seventh
but we-
national
we
not
can
look
change-
at me.
But we can change the narrative just by not talking about it. That was the whole point of that process.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, at least
Jesus,
Saban,
we
it's
talked
in the
about
off
this.
season. He gets to go back to hell and run hell.
There you go.
Oh, they've been missing him. Yeah.
Satan.
Nick Satan?
Yep.
Satan.
They've been missing him. He's
I think
been
he's
up
gonna
here doing
retire.
football.
Did you see him crying during the award ceremony?
He and Nancy Pelosi are going to have to run it all winter long.
You know what? He's gonna. They're gonna make DC a state. They're gonna put 2 senators.
They
in.
want to.
Satan will go and be one of the senators.
Why would they want to do that? Why
Senator-
why do they want to make it a state? Why do they want to
Senator
separate
Nick
it?
Saban would be
Why?
amazing.
Why? It would be to listen to him talk.
Oh,
Hey,
he
so
would.
why would DC? Where is he? We need to ask him. Come back.
But
Producer.
what's your question?
He's producing.
He needs to answer this.
I don't know
Well,
what he's
ask it to
producing.
us.
Why would DC?
Want to
Why
be a state?
does a Democratic Senate, Congress, and presidency want to add DC as a state with 2 senators?
Because
the
they will be
Very
99% Democrat.
Very, very Democratic. And
that's
why
why.
would they want to add Puerto Rico as a state?
Because another Democrat.
Okay.
Because Puerto Rico's fucking rad.
Why would they want to put more people on
Man,
the
you know
Supreme
you're right.
Court?
You know you're right about that, my friend.
Why would you want to put more people on the Supreme Court?
Careful, your way.
Careful. My girlfriend's Puerto Rican, and I heard they
if you
stabbed.
do those 3 things,
She's
and
pretty
those are,
hot like Jello.
look, somebody needs to give the
Sorry about that.
So when you do those 3 things, and we're going to watch that here on the podcast and talk to ourselves about it because we don't have any people that listen. The idea
That's
is
why we're not getting any platform.
the idea would be if we watch those 3 things and those 3 things happen, maybe one of them might happen, but not all 3. You have to ask yourself, what precedent does that set for the next time the Republican Congress, Republican Senate, and the Republican presidency? What does that precedent does that set? Do we add Canada as a state? What do we do?
Oh,
No, you don't want
God.
Canada.
Oh, yeah.
No, but to
Oh.
add states,
Oh,
it takes
no.
a long thing. You have to, I don't know. to
Dude,
add a
Canadians are
state-
too smart.
There's voting involved. I think
Eight
there's
years.
an amendment involved. There's a lot of stuff that happens to make DC a state or Puerto Rico a state.
not that easy.
From
Well,
what
it's not
I
easy.
from what I understand about the Puerto Rican situation is like kind of first the thing that wants to the entity that wants to be a state has to vote and prove to America that it was like a fair and clean vote that the people want to be a state. And
Yeah,
that-
but DC
that, like,
would vote for it because they know
sure.
what it would give them.
But like just because of the level of bureaucracy in that process, like that kind of makes it a conversation that can then happen in the first place. And then there's like I think there's like 3 or 4 more votes that have to go through House, through Senate, and then again
feel like-
back through.
I feel like
I think
something
it'd
has to be
75%
ratified.
of
I don't know
There
what
could
that
be
means.
some ratification.
it has to be
going
75%
on.
approval on the voting of it.
We
But
have
when
a cat,
Hawaii
no
was
ratification.
when Hawaii became a state, the Hawaiians didn't get a vote on it.
Yeah,
the
because that was
Americans
a-
on Hawaii got a vote. on it.
that was an important vote.
I'm gonna ask a question, you guys. Does it not raise any thought that
Eyebrows.
across the planet we have a couple of sovereign nations, Washington D.C.,
Mm-hmm.
London Central,
Canberra.
the Vatican? It's its own entity. It's not a
there's a-
state, not a country. It's its
There's
own thing.
There's a DC in Australia.
There's one more. Oh, Switzerland.
No,
there's
there's
a part of Switzerland that is in Switzerland. What I'm heard is the banking, the World Bank. That's their banking center. Washington D.C. is their military center. London is finance
Like
and
administration.
banking. Yeah, financial administration
I've been there.
with Switzerland, and so
For some
those
reason.
two do that. So I don't know. It begs the question:
What
what
is
the hell,
Australia's
why would they
Canberra?
do that? What is that? And
what does
and-
Australians do?
oh, mate, who knows what they do, mate?
Be a bunch of
There's a
degenerate
DC
fucks.
in Australia, the little area. That
Hey, they have a Vegemite sandwich, mate.
Oh,
just like
and
that.
they go start a bonfire and eat a
off.
crock.
No, fuck
They have
Australia.
mad
You know,
sex
if
with
England
crocs.
has like the DC, a little district of whatever.
See the size of that
Do they?
Yeah. There's like a whole chunk in the middle of London that's like sovereign American territory. There's this big old
Well,
fucking
sovereign,
there's this-
united,
yeah,
not American.
So
Yeah, but there's like a big ass like fucking 40-foot chain link barbed wire fence around the motherfucker. I had to go there at one point, and it's literally being patrolled by like dudes with like
Yep.
MP5s, and
Yep.
one of them got real fucking Larry.
And I
with me.
wonder how many people that end up hearing this through the years realize that. And so I don't know
Wait.
why DC would want to give that up. Because
Well,
now they become a
because they're
state in the
state,
United
and then they're-
States of Socialist America.
they got a governor and all that. Hey, here's an interesting thought though.
Well,
When we beat you in the Revolutionary War,
oh, man, we kicked y'all's ass.
Right, fucking
God,
careful
y'all would walk
how
right down
you
the
go.
street.
sounds
Y'all
like
walk right down the middle of the street talking in English and going to
Dumbass.
and we
Wearing
were
a red coat.
We were
What are
hiding
you
in
thinking?
trees.
Taxation without representation.
We were drinking Sam Adams
tea.
beer and just shooting the shit out of y'all.
Do you want to know
T-taxing.
do you wanna know something really funny? I live here now and I pay taxes and I can't vote.
Oh,
Good. Serves you right.
Yep. You
that
fucking
is-
got him
back.
You
We got
fucking
him
got him.
That's double fuckery right there.
we fucking got him. That's perfect.
There you go. And I
Well,
wear
no, so
and
my-
my bike jacket's red. Too,
Wait,
so.
see, and that's bullshit. They
red
want to give
coat.
voting rights to every illegal immigrant that comes across
But
in
not
any way,
you,
shape, or form.
taxpayer.
But a guy who's working his ass off here from another country doesn't get to vote. But they want to let everyone else vote. That's bullshit. You see, that's the hypocrisy
Because
we're
they
talking
think
about.
you're going to vote the other way.
I thought you could vote in like local elections.
Yeah, so
though.
I can vote for like parish
Mayor.
stuff or whatever.
Truth
but-
be told, see,
yeah.
we would have gotten deplatformed for that misinformation.
you vote?
I'm gonna get myself banned from Twitter.
Did you vote the other day?
Well, no, your
for-
accent's pretty good. They don't know that you're actually from Alabama.
You,
He does the best
rolling
English
tides.
accent I've ever heard.
rolling tides.
Rolling tides, bro.
Rolling tides.
You voted for fiefdoms, didn't you? Are you
I
anti-fiefdom?
I love the feudal system, man. It's perfect.
What about that
So that's-
monarchy?
is
How's
the-
that going?
Oh, that's perfect.
Is
Oh,
that queen
it's a
still
monarchy.
alive? How is she still alive?
I
She's
have
like
no
130.
fucking idea. I think maybe ingestion of the blood of children.
just like Hollywood, just like Tom Hanks, and that's why
Yeah.
he did that
Yes,
movie
absolutely.
with the kid.
Told
Right,
you.
exactly. It's a little known fact that the firstborn child in every family in England gets sacrificed to the Queen for her eternal life.
That's why the graveyards are so
Are
small.
you kidding me? She wakes up. No. We just hit on something.
Oh, yeah. No, she
on
wake up in
two
the-
different continents.
Wake up
That's
in
the
the morning.
Hollywood vampire culture.
Yeah, she'll wake up in the morning and from what I hear, she'll just take two of them, crack them together like Stone Cold Steve Austin, and just drink whatever comes out of the spine.
She was strong.
that-
Nice.
Spinal fluid.
She sounds
good.
really caring.
It's where,
I like
it's where all
her.
the tasty stem cells
Okay, wait,
are.
but bring us back to the idea that we beat y'all in the Revolutionary War. So it
Dude,
sounds
we
like we were
smoked 'em, man.
cherry picking.
God, that was so cool.
Think about it. If we're cherry picking, we only took the good parts of your government and got rid of the king and queen, didn't we? Think about it. I never
George.
thought of it in that particular vein.
I
but
think they have a tricameral system. right?
land ownership, the whole 9 yards stayed the same, except we didn't have to pay taxes to the monarchy.
You have the House of Lords, House
Monarchy.
of Commons, and what's the other one?
The House of Monarchy.
That's
Monarchy.
really it.
Those
It's-
two, okay.
Yeah, Lords and Commons, and then there's like a little like
Lords
sub-voting
and
house among the actual
Commons and Lords and Lords
Which is-
and
which-
Commons.
which-
Parliament's
this is-
probably what you're thinking of.
which pisses me
Parliament
off.
through
They're a right
fun.
bunch of cunts as well.
Which pisses me off
shit.
because it's like when Americans criticize
I don't-
America,
I don't know what you're talking about.
it's almost like they're blaming us that we're still in a monarchy fiefdom system. What do you call it? Serfdom? What do you call it?
Serfs.
The
Serfs
system.
or something else.
Slaves.
the feudal system.
Feudal system.
Futile.
We're not in a feudal system.
Arguably.
And
Yeah.
people want to
Yes, we
say
are,
that we are. And, there's not, and
Gully.
like white people or the whatever. And that's not true. America is still the idea that if you're able to do something well, you can make all the money in the world. Look at the Kardashians.
As a middle-aged white man, I'm tired of being oppressed and disenfranchised. God damn it.
Did you just come at me with like, if anyone who can do something well can make a living out of
Y'all
it,
can have
and
one
then
too.
cite the Kardashians as your fucking example?
Oh,
What do
exactly.
they do?
They're
what
so
the
cool,
fuck
man.
do they do?
That's the
Those
definition of America.
Kardashians are like, they're the best thing about America.
Even
do
those
they do?
fuckheads can make more money than me, and I work hard. I'm nice to
hey,
people.
but you don't have a sex tape that went out.
Yes, I do.
Oh, but no one saw
Dude,
it.
did y'all
Wasn't
see
very
the?
good.
Did you see the? Did you see the sex tape? Her ass is so big that
It
all
is.
it was like a big moon in front. You couldn't even see anything.
Can we pull that up real quick?
It would be like me sticking
no.
sticking my butt cheek right in the camera.
Was it-
You couldn't even see anything.
Was
Wasn't
it
even
Bobby
good.
Brown?
No, it was,
Who was the guy?
Just all I saw was hair.
Dude, her ass is huge. It's got like its own weather system. It's got
own zip
gravity. It
code.
pulls.
It has
like-
own zip code.
yeah, it's got its own gravity system.
Somebody said
The thing is huge.
Oh, it wasn't her. Who's the girl that was married to? God, never mind. I'm anti-Hollywood, so
Dude, here's the thing. In Nashville, with that truck exploding,
Oh yeah.
coincidentally enough, Kardashian had been there and just eaten a bunch of barbecue and beans, and she blew a fart with that huge ass of hers.
The whole
and
chili
blew
sharing
up
platter.
the whole freaking block.
no way.
Yeah, dude, that's like a weapon. They've weaponized her ass.
True story. True story.
Is that fact check it?
Kim
Here
Kardashian
it
has
is.
been weaponized, America.
I'm reading right here.
Yeah, and that's why Suddenlink paid her and also bought her all the chilies to destroy the AT&T data transfer hub.
Makes
Damn.
sense.
Yeah,
All
there you go.
coming together.
Comcast.
Sudden like Kardashians.
Fucking Suddenlink.
The Kardashians are on Suddenlink payroll and are
heard it here
specifically
first.
genetically designed
Oh, not-
to be able
no,
to
no.
destroy city blocks with
No,
their
no,
asses.
there's no suddenly. It's Cox over there. It's Cox.
Ooh,
And
that's even
Comcast.
funnier.
Yeah.
Cox.
Cox.
Cox. And
Hey, do y'all
Suddenlink.
know if you want a good prank phone call, what you do is you say, I'm calling and I need to talk to Dr. Horn. Dr. Horn. Can I speak to Dr. Horn? And then when they say, okay, sir, say he goes by Gabe.
And he does.
His name is Gabe. His last
Oh,
name
for
is Horn,
fuck's-
and his first name is
it
Gabe.
works.
You have to do it just right. You can't give it away in the thing.
It's the precision of the execution.
And
is
literally at our tennis club, I've had the guys inside. I call in Paige. walking around court to court. Were you there? Did you hear that?
I did.
One of them was walking around going, "Is Gabe Horn? Gabe Horn, you have a phone call, Gabe
Did it
Horn?"
over the loudspeaker.
And he did it over the loudspeaker. He went to court going, "Is there a gay porn here?"
Gabe.
No, there's not any gay porn here,
Gabe.
buddy.
Hey,
You big silly.
Got him.
Maybe Danny will come back. Hey, have y'all noticed all the trannies in the new and all the commercials?
Did not notice. Oh,
and
I
the new
noticed there's
shows
no
on
white
Netflix.
people.
Oh,
Dude, you got to look close.
There's no white
And this is
people in
dangerous
commercials
for all
anymore.
you young,
No, there are,
young
but they're-
men out
they're-
there.
Goofy white guy married to a black woman. I
You don't
noticed
wanna
that's
get
a big
rude.
one.
Stay-at-home dads. They're all stay-at-home.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah, wife works, makes all the money.
And trannies are notorious roofie
funny.
colada givers, dude.
That
They will
is-
give you a roofie colada, and you think
I
you're
don't know
there
what
with
that
an
is.
angel, and next thing you know, dude, you're getting the rod of God.
I don't know what that is.
I'm just saying, it's scary.
I'm saying whatever
scary.
you do, don't tell your
Sweet
mama.
D talks from experience.
It's just. I don't want to talk about that. I told you never to bring that up.
Is that how you know Danny?
No, we go way back. We're friends. We
Ouch.
used to work together at a club that
But
was
I-
mostly gay people.
We're
Can
friends. We just like hang out, have a couple of drinks, watch TV, touch dicks.
Y'all,
Go way.
I wake
Normal
up in the morning,
friend
my
stuff,
butthole hurts. It's okay.
Is
I'm
that
gonna
your new
change
album?
the subject.
Yes.
Is that your new
It's
album?
my rap song.
Please do.
Hey, y'all are in the media business.
It's Danny and the Transgenders with their new album.
My butt hurts.
That is okay. Moving
We're
on.
not chicks with dicks. We're men with boobs.
chicks with
Puts it in perspective.
That was a thing when I was a kid. Chicks with
Do you think Pandora
It wasn't
is
chicks
still
with
okay
dicks,
with us?
dude.
Or?
It was
God, no.
guys with boobs.
Pandora. We just opened that box.
Oh man,
Yeah, we just got Pandora
Yeah.
on board,
they
guys. Come
just
on.
approved us.
Jesus.
That's all right. The way things are going, man, we're just doing this
y'all
for
are-
our own fun anyway.
But if you're in media, can you do a small research project for me?
What you got?
Yeah, probably me.
I want to know
Yeah.
when
I'm the gopher.
when okay, so when did the focus groups push for this? Less white males in the commercials, and if they are white males, they're married normally to an African American or Black American
Or Hispanic.
or Hispanic, and they normally are the goofy guy in the commercial who doesn't make sense and needs everybody else's help. And if you watch this, or it's a Hispanic family or a Black family or whatever, but it's hardly ever white people in commercials
That's why they
anymore.
call it programming, dude.
So
And-
my question is, as 17% of the population in America, I believe, is Black.
it is. You're right.
And then I think 18 or 19% is Hispanic. Is that right? Or is that a smaller number? Whatever the number is, I think it's a
All of our fact checkers have gotten
disproportionate
bored and
number.
left.
No, listen, it's a disproportionate number of Black and Hispanics on commercials.
So to clarify, you want me
yes, risk
to-
your whole
to-
career.
to go find the published results of a focus study
Yes.
that is
That may
the
or may not
reason
have happened.
that may or may not have happened.
No, it happened. I watch TV all the time.
And you want me
Good
to
for
search
you.
for that on the internet to find out the date that advertising decided that this
No,
was going
don't
to be
go to the internet.
format.
Get with
Focus
the World
groups.
Wide Web.
It's all about focus
It was
groups.
just one day everyone woke up and now everybody in commercials are black. That's
I'm going
Which is
to
okay,
sell
dude.
more
Look,
hamburgers
I'm
if
cool
there's
with
no
that.
white people in the commercial.
I'm cool
I
with
swear
that.
to God.
Duck, go fuck yourself.
Hey,
No, I'm telling you.
Boom.
Watch, I'm telling you.
It
there
wasn't
is
like a day.
It's like a disproportionate
Okay,
number.
so here's
No,
the
you're
stats.
right.
Here we go. Stats.
59.7% of population is white, 12.5% is black, 18.7 is Hispanic, 5.8 is Asians. Yeah. And 2.3 is multi-race.
What is multi-race? I want to be a multi-race.
I'm
An
multi-race.
alien?
okay, what about the population representation in commercials? Are there statistics on that?
Yeah, that's
It's
what
really
you need to look
not
at.
that it matters.
It does
If
matter.
you see it in commercials, it's because they're trying to get
They're trying to be
their
inclusive.
business.
I'm
and they're
multiracial.
also trying to tell you via virtue signaling that it's okay to have Asian kids, a
And
black
it
wife,
is okay.
a man friend, boyfriend, and be married and do all this
But
stuff.
it is okay. But as a focus group, they don't put that stuff on the commercial unless they're selling more product.
Well, as a man who identifies as transgender, I would say you're wrong about that.
I'm biracial.
So
By what? No, I'm multiracial. I'm English. and
Multiracial.
Irish.
You just made up a new word.
okay.
Oh my God, that is so bad. You can't say that.
Whatever you say,
That's a
man.
derogatory-
I said K.
Okay, I thought you said
Power of
gay.
pessimism's multiracial reports.
Oh, this the
Multiracial.
fucking the thing with you Americans is like every at least third person will turn around and tell you, "Oh, I'm part Irish."
I know.
No,
I
you're
love
not.
Oh, they say
No,
that
no,
to
I
you,
am.
dude. They say that to
I
you.
am.
Oh yeah. No,
did the
you're the
genetic-
one who's telling
I
me.
did
Yeah,
the
the
genetic
alcoholic
bullshit.
part of myself is the Irish part.
I'm so white. It's
The part
incredible.
that stays in bed and can't tan, that's the Irish part.
Now that I am far more likely to believe. That sounds considerably
Stay in
more.
bed.
GQ says he has ginger balls, so that's how you know he's Irish.
Edit magic.
Tranny.
Which is just absolutely the most perfect.
And we see a lot of trannies
So
in
on
movies,
brand.
and a lot of transgender people in movies. And
Oh, you're gonna see
there's
more, Sailor.
There's a horror, sci-fi, drama,
I want to have transgender Miss America.
country, and then it says LGBTQ SRPST, whatever it is. There's a whole genre, and there's only like 6 genres. Is it that?
LGBTQ.
And those people are like 1.2% of the population.
The questioning
even,
thing,
yeah.
I don't get. I
What
mean,
the
you're
fuck?
questioning.
Yeah.
Are they recruiting?
So-
they're like, hey, are you questioning? Well, come on, let me bring you into the
Yeah,
LGBTQ.
I feel like in your mind at some point, like a marketing company
Money.
got like everybody in America together and was like, what percentage of what race would you like to see in your commercials? And then they just like flicked a switch and did it.
No, I think they did it on purpose.
It was a long, slow societal change over a really long period of time.
Like, we
How do you
need
know?
to
Were
get
you
on
there?
board with this Black Lives Matter thing, or we're going to get left behind. That's what it means. And you know that. I mean, marketing is very simple. It's who sells the most widgets. So how do I get myself
I
in front of
feel
the
that-
most people?
I just feel
that's
BLM
what it
was-
is.
Those poor
If
guys got exploited a little bit.
If I BLM?
Well, someone hijacked their movement.
Bowel
a bunch of honkies hijacked their movement.
White
And
man
it's
did
not
it again.
Cool. It's not cool, man. It's totally not cool.
What? Bowel?
That'd be like people coming out and saying that the white people made R&B and white people made blues music. It's
Nah.
a total farce, dude.
I don't know what that means.
All of those genres, like pretty much, you can trace them all the way back to like
Oh, yeah.
chain gang songs,
Yeah,
right?
gut bucket blues, man.
Yeah,
They
man.
just-
Yeah,
it's from the soul.
It was all way back, and sorry for saying it, but slave music.
And you know what? And good on them. And I'm not kidding. I'm not being
Slave-
sarcastic. I'm
for
not being sarcastic.
calling slave.
When look,
Taking
I'm
it
here to
and-
tell you, dude. Their lives were shit, and a lot of them weren't terrible, but a lot of them were awful, awful.
awful.
But
It was awful.
But that culture, African Americans, came up with ways to deal with it and to make it pleasant and sing songs and have family and cook. They did it. How they made it through that? No honky would have made it through that.
I'd just say humans
we'd have been
find
like,
a
just
way.
kill me.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't. I wouldn't put
stop.
it like they have the recipe. I would say that humans find a way. And the other day
That's-
I read
that's true.
That my favorite thing was if you I'll look it up. Fact check this.
I
There's
like
a,
saying Antifa and BLM because everybody
there's
like goes.
the black people in Africa.
What's he gonna say?
used
There are a
to
lot of black people in
sail
Africa.
Up, used to sail up and conquer and take as slaves the Arab people. How funny is that?
That's
and
true.
they bring them back down
Oh,
to the
that-
black
I didn't see that on
countries.
CNN.
Yeah,
I don't believe
fucking
that.
look it
Not
up.
very.
No, it's
that was on LPB. Thank you very little. So that is. I was like, wait a minute. There were black slave owners. This
Yes.
is uh-oh.
Even in the
Oh, yeah.
United States, with black slave owners.
You know, you mean that shit happened during, I don't know,
They're-
human history?
they're-
Uh-oh.
Even in the United States, they had black slave
Yeah,
owners.
They did. No doubt.
There were black slave owners who owned black slaves.
Yes.
It was a business. It
No
was
doubt.
sad. It was ugly.
It was.
It wasn't about
And it
color.
still
it was
goes
about,
on.
It was about human
And it's-
trafficking, which still goes on.
Doesn't happen here.
No,
Unless
not at
you're a
all.
Russian, good-looking Russian blonde.
or Chinese or Thai or all kinds of stuff.
I go to clubs where I think there's slavery involved.
I just had a thought and it totally went away again.
And-
it was good.
Any club I go to.
Oh, I
I'm
want to know a
slave to
stat.
the
I don't
booze.
want to. We'll do
There's
some
lots
fact
of
checking
slavery.
over here. Okay, how many white pimps are there in America? Is it
6.
mostly black, or
Yes.
are there white
You know,
pimps?
and that pisses me
and
off
if
right
so,
there.
is that something we should teach our kids that that's a good job in the future? Son,
Oh yeah.
Whitey, go be a white pimp, man.
No,
Fuck
see,
yes,
that pisses
dude.
me off, right?
Why?
You the white
'Cause
people,
he's
the
a pimp.
black people, you guys have these shows that you're pimps
We're
in.
about done.
The Indians, we don't have that. We're either engineers or doctors or some bullshit stuff like that.
Who,
Why
Indians?
can't we be pimps? We want to be pimps too.
What are you talking about? Your pimping motherfucker.
Fuck my entire race. We're all so successful.
Yeah, we're fucking pimps.
You're
There's
fucking
like
crazy.
8 jokes there. I'm
You-
only
you can-
developing one.
You can be a player without having to be a pimp.
We wear gold rings a lot.
You think
get
Gan-
it, man?
Gandhi made a good pimp?
He had a walking stick, didn't he?
Get along, girl. Get along. Get on. Get on. Whack, whack, whack.
Bitch,
I don't know. I don't know how to make a pimp, Indian pimp joke. I don't know.
Bitch,
It's in
better
there
have
somewhere.
my money.
I want
Or
to.
milk will come for you.
I want a jewel encrusted Gandhi chalice
There you go. Boom.
Truth be told, man, this is a true story. Gandhi,
from which to drink my gin and juice.
Poor thing. He died, didn't he?
Gandhi had a terrible
he's still
sex
alive.
addiction
Is he?
problem.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't know that about Gandhi.
He works at Walmart.
He was sexually addicted. And the problem was he was addicted to Taiwanese children, and they're hard to get when you're
In
you're him.
India.
Oh, not in India. You can get those dime a dozen.
Yeah.
Oh
but-
yeah, I mean, you just like turn up to like whatever's India Sam's Club and just get a crate.
Oh yeah.
They're all sitting out in the
No,
parking
Wayfair
lot.
delivers.
Oh, perfect.
They sell them in the parking lot.
Rajmart.
Little Thai kids.
Yeah, I think when British stocks get low, the Queen sends out for a crate so she can snap them open and drink the spines.
There you go.
Okay,
right.
now what made you bring that up earlier? Were you just goofing around, or is there like some weird conspiracy theory in England?
I mean,
That's how she lives so
she
long.
is still alive. There's your
It's
conspiracy.
the adrenochrome, is what you're talking about.
The what?
Adrenochrome.
Which she's like
What
is
93,
that?
94
We'll
years
have
old.
to look it up.
What's
But
adrenochrome?
adrenochrome is exactly what you're talking about.
I'm worried about what you bastards are going to end up with my search history looking like.
No way. I'm
Between
telling
you and you.
Oh,
Oh, and it's bad.
it's too late. If we're going down, y'all are coming down with us.
Yep.
Oh, we are all fucked.
When the NSA hits me, it's all gonna.
Hey, we
I'll
just blame it on the foreigner right here.
I'm going to sing like the
Shit, that's
fat
right.
lady eating a canary.
no,
That's a
but
canary singing.
you're-
That's a
you're- no,
fat
no, no,
lady.
no. I'm
Fat
not the
lady?
scapegoat. You're the brown dude.
No, but I'm American.
Yeah, but
But you don't know I'm brown. I don't sound brown on the mic.
Brown
You
Town.
sound like a total badass, dude.
Yeah.
I'm Dr. Johnny Lawrence.
yeah, I am definitely the patsy for this show. Right?
Oh, that's
I
not
am
true.
I am the one who's going to eat it for this somehow.
You'll go down. What was that?
That is not a
Where
good
did
sound.
you get a
That is
soundboard?
not a good sound.
I couldn't hear you talking. What were you saying, Adam?
Wait, when did the Queen get here?
Oh,
I was saying God bless America.
God
I
save
remember
the
correctly.
Queen.
All
You
right.
like that? You like that green card? Do you?
if I had one, I'd love it.
Oh, you know, the guy who just left is a Canadian who also has green card issues. Upstanding business owner, family, pays taxes in America.
White. Is
Guess
a
what?
sheet.
Can't vote. My
Hey,
dead
can't
grandmother
vote?
can. My dead grandmother can vote.
And she did. The
And
last
people who don't
election.
exist, they can vote, but you guys can't.
Absolutely,
America.
Absolutely.
I've been
I
voting-
exist
I've been
less
vote-
than the dead.
I've been voting for with my grandmother for years. She's been dead for 10.
Aw.
What was that?
Nothing. That was me. That was me.
That's
saying
that's what we call a misfire.
No, I just insinuated that I voted with my dead grandmother. You missed the
Like
whole-
you wrote the like. Did you get the ballot like tattooed on
Who
her
did
back?
she vote
and, like,
for?
You stuffed her through the slot, or
Yes.
I guess it's real easy when they're liquid. Could you just pour at that point? How far is the decomposition gone? I don't like this.
Oh, by the way,
You're going in a
I
dark,
did some
deep area.
I did some deep, dark. At 10 years, I think there's still stuff there. 40, I think it's gone.
What are you talking about? Testosterone?
No, people melting.
This message brought to you by Nugenics.
I'm so lost. I'm just
I
gonna
have
roll
s-
the music. I'm sorry.
I don't know what they're talking about, Wes. I
Please
have
get
no
me out
idea.
of
what
here.
you're
We're gone.
Somebody should. This needs to end.
Holy fuck. Check us out on Spotify, Instagram, Facebook, Pandora now,
Fuck.
thank you, Apple Music,
Fuck Facebook.
Twitter,
fuck Facebook, Twitter, thank you. I forgot about Twitter.
That's
How
right.
about Parlor? Are we not on Parlor?
Parler's not a thing anymore.
Nope, they got killed.
Hey, MySpace. We need to get on MySpace.
yes.
I'll work on that.
Yeah.
Next time, you'll be able to check us out.
All
on
right,
MySpace.
ladies and gentlemen, remember, stand up. The more you do it, the less you fall down. Keep your feet on the ground. Keep reaching for the stars.
Can't
and
say that,
nothing good,
copyright issues.
nothing good's going to happen. It's going to get worse before it gets better.
It's going to rain tomorrow.
It is. Every dark cloud has a silver lining with a dark cloud.
Acid rain.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are exaggerated for comedic effect and do not necessarily reflect those held by any involved parties, including the hosts, producer, or R&R Mobile Recording. The contents and audio of this episode are copyrighted by R&R Mobile Recording, except where audio excerpts are played, of which the copyright is displayed in the episode description. For more information, please visit our official website at pessimism.rrmobilerecording.com.